Great,
You're
man.
great.
Oh my gosh, we're live.
Live, Facebook Live. Welcome, everybody. We have the incredible, so famous Patrick Conway interviewing a wonderful, amazing realtor, Mr. Lou Elson. I'm super excited for you guys. So glad you're here. Enjoy. Patrick, my man, take it away.
Awesome. I discovered that you actually need Google Chrome for this platform. Thank God that I'm here at 12 Central Time. It was a little bit hectic. That's what you do when you don't have your assistant. I'm sitting here at my home office, running from one appointment to the next appointment. And in between, I couldn't make it to my actual office. So you're at my home office, so you get the cool Michael. Where is it? Right there. Michael Jordan, the background, the greatest athlete of all time. I feel like Lou's a mini Michael Jordan right now. I had the pleasure of coaching him, and he's like tearing it up. What's up, my man? How you doing?
Hey, Patrick. Thanks for having me. I'm doing great. I'm actually on a motorcycle trip with my dad this week. So we're in Park City, Kentucky. It's currently 99 degrees.
Oh, my God. Did you leave on the 20th, 22nd? How long you been motorcycling it up?
We left on, it would have been Saturday morning.
Nice. So you've been cruising. You're in Utah. Is that what you said?
We're in Kentucky, Park City.
Oh, Kentucky. That's not even close to Utah. Okay.
Kentucky. Not really.
How's your backside? Is it sore from riding so much?
No, it's not too bad. I mean, the heat's kind of slowed us down, so we're taking a little bit smaller trips and doing more attractions, which has been fun.
When do you get back home?
We'll be back Labor Day, Monday.
Hey, that's a long trip. Weren't you just in Michigan too?
We were in Michigan on a family trip for about 5 days in end of July.
Oh my gosh, you're taking all these trips, you're doing all this stuff, and I got to tell you, you can do that because you work really hard and you're getting good results. Would you agree?
I agree. Yeah.
So tell everybody where you live. Where do you live?
I'm from Madison, Wisconsin.
Cool. Madison, Wisconsin. I live in San Antonio. I hang out in Chicago a lot. How far is Chicago from Madison?
We are about 100 miles or so.
That's not bad.
To take.
Next time I'm there, we got to hang out. I got to come and see you.
I'm waiting for the invite to the Cubs suite, buddy.
We could do that. That. So tell me, let's back up a little bit. How did you learn about the core?
So one of my good friends and lending partners in Madison, I know was in it. And I kind of kept watching his process and also how much free time he seemed to have and a great team. So I kind of asked him what he was doing, and he told me the core. So that's kind of how I found out about it.
Nice. And then so he tells you about it. What was like your first experience with the core? How'd you get exposure?
So first experience was the summit. He kind of told me, dude, you got to go to the summit. And I saw what it cost. And I was like, that's a lot of money. And he was like, you can't afford not to go. And I was like, I really like this guy, so I'm going to give it a shot. And sure enough, after about 3 hours, I was like, worth every penny. So you just see and get to hang out with people that are following these systems, implementing them, and it works. I mean, you're sitting at a table with guys netting way more money than you and way more relaxed than you because they have this system that works.
Yeah, I think the summits are amazing. We have a summit every May. We have a summit every November. So the November summit's coming up. It's the 6th through the 8th in Scottsdale, Arizona. That's how I got my start with the core as well. So I got snuck into a summit. You have to do a certain amount of production, and I was a brand new agent. So I snuck into a summit, and it was like mind-blowing. So I don't think that you had to sneak in, though. You were already doing some good business, right?
Yeah, I actually was able just to go in the front door.
Nice.
It's life-changing. I mean, that's you kind of got to go to see it, but you'll see it right away.
So how many summits have you been to now?
This upcoming one will be number 4.
4th summit. Oh my gosh, you said it costs a lot. So I know that it does cost a lot. So it's a $5,000 fee to go to a summit. And when you think about that as your first one, you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm going to spend $5,000. After you left the summit, did you think it was worth it?
Oh, every penny. I mean, I'm on vacation right now. I just had a call this morning from a referral partner because I stay in front of them using the core system. Buy, sell when I get back. I've got an appointment to help them list and buy. It'll be $1 million in volume.
And you're on vacation.
That'll come
on vacation, making $30,000. How ridiculous is that?
And that'll cover the summit for a while, right?
It'll cover a lot of summits for a while. But what's great in level 3 coaching, which you're at now, you actually get the summit included in the package, which is awesome. Exactly. So you go to a summit, you're like blown away. What's the next step? What'd you do?
Well, I went through my page of like 40 notes, and I had a good tip from someone that had been going to the summits a long time. Pick 3 things that you can actually implement and get them implemented by the next summit. So after
Well,
the
when you go
water
to the
was
summit,
turned
you're
up,
sitting there and you're like, we talk about our coaching programs. Did you like jump
yep.
right into coaching, or did you just take those 40 page of notes and do it on your own?
So it started in level 1 coaching, which is
Okay.
basically teaches you the forms and the structure, the process, which is awesome because I don't think the core always had it, but it was very helpful just to get the step-by-step forms and starting to get in the habit of using them every day.
So you go to a summit, we've got 3 different levels of coaching. You're like, all right, the entry level, level 1 is just the basics. So when you talk
Basics.
about the forms, we make everybody track their leads. We make everybody track their deals on a monthly basis. And you just start learning those forms. We make everyone actually make some calls to their database and actually see people face to face. And we track that on something called a greatness tracker. So in level 1, you learn how to use the greatness tracker, which is just your outbound activity. You learn about a lead tracker and the importance of tracking your leads, and talk a little bit about ROI. You want to make sure you're spending money in the right place to receive those leads and spending time in the right place to receive those leads. So that's a huge form that we can coach you on. And then obviously those leads will turn into deals, and we want to see how many deals you're doing. So you learn those forms in level 1. So take some of the tactics at the summit. You start grinding out in level 1 with one of our core coaches. And how was level 1 for you? How long were you in that program?
I was in for about 9 months, and then decided to go to level 2 after that. I was hungry.
Nice. 9 months, and you're like, all right, I'm ready for the next thing. So when you're in that 9-month period of level 1, I know you can introduce the forms, but what did your business do over that 9-month period of time?
So it started to grow. I mean, the beauty of it is, and mentally too, right? Because I think a lot of real estate agents, you're running around with your head chopped up off. There's no system. And this helps you just get a system day by day. This is what I do. And then at the end of the week, when you look at that form, you can say, I did the work. And then after a couple months of doing that, you start to see your lead tracker filling up, like it's working. And so it just works, and you don't feel like you're not doing what you should because you can visually see it. I'm doing what I should be doing. Your coach makes sure you're doing what you should be doing by holding you accountable.
High level of accountability.
Yep.
For example, you were supposed to get 3 candidates for a new employee. And if you didn't get those 3, what was the consequence?
$500 fine.
$500 fine if you didn't get the 3, but you are a great student. I think you got more than free, so you actually don't have to pay the fine. So we have a high level of accountability around here. So you get through level 1, you start seeing leads come in. You're like, wow, I'm actually working the plan, and it works. I don't care how old you are, how young you are, what you look like, what marketplace you're in. If you do the work, it works. Something special about the summit. You've got people from all different walks of life, people from all over the place, all different realtors, all different personality styles. And if they're doing the work, it works. Would you agree?
Oh, 100%. And I mean, that's why I love it, because you're sitting at a table with a bunch of guys that are, I consider myself a pretty normal guy, but it's like all these guys are the same as me, just been following the system. Some of them been doing it longer and more successful, but it works for anybody. I mean, literally.
Nice. I like it. So you graduate, I guess, to level 2. So you get into level 2, and level 2, you actually have a coach that's in the business, a current realtor. And I think in level 2, a little bit higher level of accountability. What was your experience like in level 2?
Well, level 2 was great because 1, there's more accountability, and then you start kind of touching on your business itself, right? Like running your business. It's a business. You're not just a realtor running around. So you start focusing on the setup for your business. And then that kind of includes, once you have a certain amount of transactions per month, you're going to need to hire an assistant. So someone to help you run your business. So that was kind of the big thing in level 2 that helped me, was preparing me to hire that first assistant, and then just getting advice from someone that has a great real estate team already. So access to a top producer.
Somebody that's in the business, currently a top producer, not like I used to be a top producer 30 years ago and here's how we did it. We're like in the business right now. We can show you some real deal, real life examples that are happening today in today's marketplace, right?
Oh, for
so
sure.
Level 2, I think that you said the one thing that really made a difference was hiring somebody. Is that right?
Oh, it's huge. It was huge.
How scary is it to hire somebody?
Oh, it's really scary. I mean, I for sure tried to talk myself out of it for like 18 months. So I don't make enough to pay them. I don't have enough business. And then, of course, my level 2 coach pushed me like, hey, You can do it. It will work. And then the great thing is like they help me with the process. Here's a good job posting. Here's the first 100 days of training. Here's what I did to make it work. And it's like, well, it's obviously working for them.
So the coach gives you all the things, so you don't have to recreate the wheel. You just like got to work the plan. So you hire this assistant type person. Is life better or worse?
Way better.
Way better. Is business better or worse?
It's way better.
Way better. So do you wish you would have hired him a long time ago?
Oh, I mean, definitely. I wish years ago. Yeah.
Awesome. I love it. So how long were you in level 2?
Level 2 for 2 semesters.
2 semesters. Mm-hmm. And then I think me and you were on the phone debating on staying in level 2 or coming up to varsity. What'd you choose to do?
I came up to varsity.
It's more expensive. It's quite a bit more expensive for level 3, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And I think we were talking on the phone. You're like, I know what to do. I've got a coach already. I can stay in level 1 and get good results, right? That's what you said?
Yeah. Once again, trying to talk myself out of it, you know.
So sometimes you need the coach to knock you upside the head and make you do what you should be doing. So you're in level 3. Do you have regrets? Do you feel like you should have stayed in the minor leagues?
Zero regrets.
Zero regrets. You are tearing it up, my friend. I love it. I think you're doing really good. So we've been together for a couple of months. I'm actually coaching you. I am your personal coach right now in level 3. I know that you're doing the work, but for you, the last couple of months of level 3, which is the big boy coaching, how has it been?
It's awesome. I love it. Well, as you had mentioned earlier, you're pushing me to hire my second person on my team, which I'll be hiring when I get back from vacation here. And I'm just getting more time.
So many hours showing houses. So many hours showing houses and searching for houses. So the next element is what we call a showing assistant. So you hire that showing assistant, that's a salary with a small bonus per deal. And now instead of working with a buyer for 30 hours, you can work with them for 1 or 2 hours at a high level buyer's consultation and have that showing assistant go run with it. So that showing assistant is going to gain you so many more hours back for you. So that's the next step for us. But in level 3, I think the main difference between level 2 and level 3 is like the financial ability. So we pour into some more forms, which are a little bit more complicated because we make you look at a P&L, which when I started the core, I was like, what is P&L? I have no idea what that means. It means profit and loss. And I was like, what does that mean? It's like, where is the money going? So every month I make you show me what the business spends and what the business brings in, right?
Right.
That's right. And we have a dashboard. What's a dashboard?
Dashboard is where you show your goal for each month, how many units and how much net income and savings.
Cool. So the dashboard is how much money you're making per month and then how much you're saving per month. So we actually look at your personal budget as well. So at level 3, we get all into the money because it's great to bring in some GCI, but I don't really care about GCI. I want Lou making money. I want that line 21 adjusted gross income to be huge. So I want net taxable income. So that's what we're looking at. But I think that you're doing great. What are you currently working on?
Like getting that, second person hired to free up time with showings and open houses is kind of the big push right now.
Cool. So we're going to do that. I think that when I look at your business, I think that you're not very good at time management. I'm in Michigan all the time. I'm on this 20-day bike ride with my dad, but you work hard, you get it done. That's why you can do some of those things. But I think our time management needs to tighten up. Wouldn't you agree?
100%. I think for me, at least, it's something I need to continually work on, dialing it in, blocking time.
Cool. Tell me about Nikki.
Nikki's my wife.
Woo, you're married. All right. Sorry, ladies, off the market. I know he's all sharp looking and everything, beautiful smile. Off the market. So what does Nikki do?
Nikki is a nurse education specialist at a hospital downtown Madison.
So she's much smarter than you.
Yes, and patient.
But I would argue that you are smarter than her because you got her. You out kicking your coverage, so that's a good thing. But I think you jumped into level 3 and you're working really hard and you're doing all these things, and then you ignored her for a moment, didn't you?
Yes, I was not doing the best job of being present. I will admit it.
Cool. So now I gave you a homework assignment. Do you remember what it was?
I had to write Nikki a love note and take her out on a nice dinner.
Nice dinner and a love note. And you did it, right? Because you're a good student. How'd it go over?
Wonderful, man. She loved it.
Wonderful. So we're not just all about work. I like some life balance. We need some life balance around here too. So you need to make sure that you're taking care of Nikki. I think you're an exceptional student. One of the greatest things that I love about you is, what was Abby, 3rd grade?
My daughter?
When you took her over? Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Tell me a little bit about that. So she's 20 years old now. You got a daughter who's 20, but since third grade, you've been like the sole parent. Is that right?
Yeah, single father since Abby was in third grade. She's my buddy.
Wow. That's craziness. So, and she's 20 years old. She's doing well now, right?
She's just about to start her junior year of college. Yeah, she's doing great.
That's, I have a 9-year-old. I can't think that way yet. I'm like, no, 9. She's going to stay in the house forever. That's crazy, man. So, well, I want you to explode Q4. I think that we need to hire the showing assistant readily available. Let's get it going. Let's not dilly-dally. I know you're working hard on that. So when you come back, that's my expectation for you. To blow up Q4, we got to do 2 things. We got to double down on what really works for us. So we got to double down on what works really well for us. And then number 2 is we got to dip our toes in the water on something that we don't do. So what I mean by doubling down on what really works for us in the core, I can exactly know what really works for you because we can go to your lead tracker, we can go to your pay log and say, like, where do the leads come from? Where do the deals come from? And we're going to double down on those activities. So what really works well for you?
I'm really good at rapport. So cultivating and maintaining relationships, especially with past clients. So people I've worked with before. Yeah, that's what I'm really good at.
So on past clients, we're doubling down. So whenever you mail to them, we're going to double up on the mailers. However many calls you make to them, we're doubling up on the calls. Then I want you to throw in a good client party for all of the past clients. And if you do that, and you're really good at past clients, if you double down on that action, we're going to double the business from them. Does that make sense? So we're going to double down on what we're really good at. And then we need to add something that we're not really doing. So what are you going to dip your toes in the water on to make Q4 really good? What do you need to add?
So I need to do better with VIPs, which is a referral partner we're supposed to get leads from each year. Cultivating better relationships with them, getting deeper relationships, knowing more
Go
about
after the
them.
big whales. Last night I sat on a guy's boat who's very, very wealthy, and we drove around on the boat, and he was talking about this development deal. 9 months ago, he paid $9 million for this development deal, hoping and praying that some things would line up, and it did. And next week he closes on it for $32 million. So it's like a flip development deal. And I'm like, wow, that's incredible. So just me and him hanging out on the boat, that's a whale. Those are the VIP relationships we need to be changing. So I want you to put yourself out there, and those people that are movers and shakers, big development deals, building owners, business owners, the people that are very Mac Daddy wealthy, people involved in the charity that might be a scary call. Like I called this guy, it's just me and him on the boat for 2 hours. It was super fun. I would have never even thought that he's super mega wealthy. So I need you doing that, and that will help the VIPs. Does that make sense?
Definitely.
6 years as a realtor, right? 6 years as a realtor?
6 years. Yep.
What's your best year ever?
This year.
This year will be your best year ever. How many units will you close?
Oh, I mean, it'll be north of 50 probably. I've been still on a roll
Last
here.
year you closed 38 deals, right?
Yep.
For about 15 million in volume.
Yep.
And when you started the semester with me, you're already at 30 deals.
Yep.
So it's almost like you're almost going to double your business jumping from level 2 to level 3, which is unreal. So
literally. Yeah, literally.
30 million?
30, you said?
Yeah, 30 million.
We'll see. I'll get definitely 20.
Somewhere between 25 and 30 million, but we're double down on the past clients. We're going to add some VIP stuff. You're doing 30 million. I'm just telling you, we're going to take you to the promised land. You're getting 30 million. So in a year and a half's time, you're doubling up on your business. Isn't that amazing?
It really is
much better
amazing.
than the janitorial supply company that you came from.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if all these people that are listening to you right now, they're like, wow, what a crazy, awesome story. Do you want to leave them with anything? What's like the one thing that you want them to remember?
I mean, if you're an agent or lender, you definitely want to join the core. I mean, it's just the accountability, the process, the system. It works.
The process, the system. If you work it, if Lou can work it, you can work it, and you can double your business in a year and a half. That's ridiculous, man. Well, I think you're doing awesome. Enjoy the time with your dad. That's why we work so hard. We work so hard so we can take the family vacations to Michigan with everybody. We work so hard so we can go on the motorcycle trip with your old man. I mean, those are awesome moments. But when you get back, you're giving me everything you got. We're going to pump up the VIPs. We're going to double down on the past client activity. Get it done. Look, anybody out there listening, step one, just like Lou took, is the summit. The summit is November 6th through the 8th. So reach out to us at thecoretraining.com. We'll get you some info if you're interested. Thank you, Lou. Keep it up, man. I got your back. I'll see you later.
See ya.